Anong magandang stockbroker? Lagi tong tanong sa akin. And if you're wondering the same, don't worry. I'll share my personal recommendation based sa actual experience ko para hindi ka na malito sa dami ng options. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Christina and I make videos about trading and investing in the stock market para sa mga beginners na nalilito kung paano at saan magsisimula. I know nakaka-overwhelm pumili ng stockbroker lalo na kung beginner ka. Pero hindi mo kailangang subukan lahat ng stockbroker. In this video, isi-share ko lang yung mga nasubukan ko, bakit ko sila nagustuhan, at ano yung mga pros and cons nila. So, let's go! Quick disclaimer lang na hindi sponsored itong video na to and I will only talk about yung mga nagamit ko personally. Kaya kung may iba kang brokers na gusto, feel free to research din. Classic choice first on the list is COL Financial. Nung nag-start ako maging interested to invest in the Philippine stock market nung 2016, eto yung first broker ko. The initial deposit required para makapag-open ng account noon ay 5,000 pesos, ngayon 1,000 na lang. Isa kasi siya sa pinaka-popular na broker noon at siya rin yung may pinakamaraming tutorial sa YouTube. So it was easier for me to study the platform. What I like about it is kahit panoodin mo yung ibang videos dito sa YouTube na 9 years ago, 10 years ago, ganun pa rin yung itsura niya at makakatulong pa rin siya hanggang ngayon sa'yo. Meron din silang mga research reports, recommendations, and webinars na pwede mong i-utilize. Meron din silang stock picks. Hindi ko lang alam kung gaano siya ka-frequent, kung monthly to or quarter, pero they have stock picks na makikita mo sa loob ng COL Financial na account mo. Pero ang downside, as of this video, parang wala pa rin siyang mobile app. Makikita mo siya sa App Store, mada-download mo din siya, pero when I try to enter my credentials, ito yung error na lumalabas. I created a YouTube video then in the past na ganito din yung error niya. So, as of this video, ganun pa rin siya. Di ko alam kung bakit. Now, if you're on the go, yun yung downside niya. Pwede ka namang mag-login sa website nila using your phone. Pero syempre, mas hassle kasi when you're using a mobile app, mas easier siya to navigate kung naka-swak talaga yung interface for mobile. Ngayon, kung tech-savvy ka as a person, baka hindi mag-work sa'yo to. Pero kung you're more on traditional, mas magiging useful sa'yo to kasi beginner-friendly talaga yung interface niya. Next is 2Trade Asia. This one is for more active traders. Kung mas active ka mag-trade at gusto mo yung mabilis na transaction, baka 2Trade Asia is for you. It's a great option kasi may mobile app din siya. Smooth and very friendly din naman siya to use. Kung nagmamadali ka mag-execute ng trades, sobrang efficient talaga siya. Isa pang unique feature niya is yung thematic basket. Hindi ko alam kung last year siya nag-start, pero I tried it personally last year. And okay siya. Tinry ko yung minimum nila na 10,000 na value per play yata yung pinili ko. Pero marami kang pagpipilian dyan. May REIT basket, may property basket, may dividend basket. So, they are curated na, especially for beginners, na medyo nalilito pa kung anong specific stock yung bibilhin. So, this one is, in a way, diversified na. Ang downside ng 2Trade Asia is yung minimum commissions na 20 pesos, hindi pa natatanggal. As of this video. Sa ibang brokers kasi natanggal na siya. Pero, when I think about it, hindi siya nagmamatter kasi this is used by active traders. Kung magti-trade ka rin lang ng 8,000 and above, hindi na magmamatter yung 20 pesos na minimum. Pero kung small investor ka, if you're investing 2,000 pesos and below, mga ganyan, may impact siya. So when I try it with one broker na wala ng commissions, ganito yung itsura niya. Ano walang commissions? May commissions pero wala yung 20 pesos minimum. Tapos sa 2Trade Asia, ganito siya. Ayan. So you see the difference. Pero dahil nga it's used by more by active traders, hindi dapat siya nagmamatter kasi hindi naman magte-trade ng ganyan na minimum amount. Next is Dragonfy. Ang bago pero promising na broker sa Pilipinas. Kung tech-savvy ka, for sure magugustuhan mo to. Unang-una, mabilis din yung platform nila at ito lang yung nakita ko na may two-factor authentication. So far, as of this video. Usually, nakikita ko lang yan two-factor authentication na yan sa mga markets outside like global and crypto yan. May mga two-factor auth yan. And it matters because una, secure yung account. Pangalawa, if they have that type of technology, there are other things that they can do pa in the future. For me lang naman. Ganun ko lang siya i-view. Kung mali ako, sorry. Marami din siyang features na makikita ka dito like dividend screener, investor club, at marami pang iba. Since bago pa lang siya, yung downside is wala pa ako masyadong maisip. Pero very recent, I think, was dahil yung deposit and withdrawal mabilis, diba? So far, mabilis. Ilang beses ko na din siyang sinubukan. Pero there was this one time, connected kasi yung sa akin sa Union Bank. Pero there was this one time na processing lang yung itsura niya sa app. So, check ko yung Union Bank, wala pa rin siya doon. And hindi ko siya masyadong pinansin kasi nga, hindi ko naman agad kailangan kailangan yung pera kasi I was just trying it out nga lang. Kaso, medyo nakalipas na yung mga ilang araw. So, I had to follow up via email. Pero nung nag-follow up naman ako, I think they said na hindi ko sure kung na-overlook or anong nangyari. Pero the same day, pumasok na din naman siya sa Union Bank. So, if it happens to you, don't hesitate na mag-email sa customer service nila kasi mabilis naman siya lang sumagot. But so far, yun palang inaalala ko na downside. So, if you're using Dragonfly and you have anything that you can share as downside that can help our viewers, just comment it below. For sure, they would love to address that issue and make it seamless for all of us in the future. Another broker that you can use if you are a beginner at meron kang GCash at meron ka ng Maya na account at kung gusto mo ng madali at hindi complicated na process, pwede mo nang gawin ito sa loob ng wallets mo. Sa GCash, makikita mo dyan yung G-Stocks at sa Maya, meron ka dyan makikitang Maya Stocks. At ginawan na rin kita ng video kung paano siya gawin, gamitin, mag-register. Just watch the videos na ginawa ko. Etong sa GCash, mas updated to. Yung sa Maya, di pa masyado, wait lang. So, perfect to for beginners kasi wala siyang minimum deposit required. Basta nakakonect lang siya dun sa wallet mo. Para to sa beginners na hindi mo na kailangan mag-open ng bagong bank account. Kasi nandun na siya mismo, doon ka na mismo magtatransact sa GCash mo at sa Maya mo. So, madaling i-fund yung account, madali lang yung transaction, pati yung pagta-transfer. And it's best for beginners who are just trying out to feel kung anong meron dito sa stock market without the hassle of opening the account sa stockbroker. Tapos marami pang requirements na kailangan, diba? Sa Maya, kailangan mo lang ng upgraded account and then sa GCash, kailangan mo lang ng verified account. Ang downside nga lang, since basic account siya, is may mga limitations. For example, yung 2Trade Asia sa Maya, yung 2Trade Asia na app, kung nagtitrade ka na active trader, meron siyang conditional orders where you can set your target price or your cut loss. Sa 2Trade Asia mini app sa Maya, wala siyang ganun. Dahil nga, para siya naka-light na version for beginners na hindi naman kailangan ng ganung madaming features. Now, let's go over some tips in choosing a stockbroker. First is to check your trading style. Ang una mong tanong dapat is anong klaseng investor ka. Kasi kung long-term investor ka, you can try COL Financial or Dragonfly. If you're more an active trader, you can use 2Trade Asia or Dragonfly din. And if you want to try to do both, pwede ka ding mag-open ng 2 different accounts to try for short-term trading tapos yung isa pang long-term investing. Second is prioritize the features that matters to you. Ako personally, gusto ko yung may mobile app, yung maganda yung customer service, at mabilis yung deposit and withdrawal. So mag-set ka lang ng mga non-negotiables nyo and make sure na naandun yun sa stockbrokers na napili nyo. Iba-iba kasi tayo ng preference, so hanapin mo yung mas importante sa'yo. And then third is look for transparency and security. Sa mga wala sa nabanggit ko na stockbroker and you want to check kung legit yung stockbroker, you can go to the website ng Philippine Stock Exchange at makikita mo dyan yung listed trading participants. Meron na dyan from A to Z. Pipili ka na lang dyan at si-search mo kung nandyan ba yung nakita mo. Most likely kapag wala dyan, yung stockbroker na hinahanap mo or yung broker or yung platform na hinahanap mo, baka hindi siya Philippine Stockbroker. Baka iba siyang platform for a different market. Baka pang global market siya. Minsan kasi yung beginners nalilito, kala yung platform is isahan na for everything. So, dito mo siya ma-check sa Philippine Stock Exchange website. So, yun yung mga experience ko sa mga brokers na nasubukan ko si COL Financial, 2Trade Asia, Dragonfly, GCash, and Maya. At kung may tanong ka pa about brokers, just comment it below. Try nating sagutin yan. And if you like this type of video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you on the next one. God bless po!